What's up, loungers? How are you all doing? Me? Tired. I don't seem to sleep anymore. I really need to stop doing all-nighters. Anyway, been streaming loads on Twitch lately. You can catch me there at twitch.tv/Grandad's Lounge pretty much every single night from like 9, 10, 11 p.m. onwards. It's turned into a really good opportunity to just like chat to you guys, do some drawing, talk about politics, and give you free therapy, it seems. Anyway, the other night on stream we ended up watching a really old video from my old channel. I made this video like almost 3 years ago now. And it's the one piece of content from that old channel that's managed to stand the test of time somehow. Basically, it was a pissed off rant aimed at YouTube and Eugenia Cooney's fans. And I made this before the whole Jacqueline Glenn and Eugenia Cooney going to hospital and then the Shane Dawson documentary and stuff. And it's kind of crazy just how I sort of predicted the future and where things would go. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share this video, and go check me out on Twitch later this evening. And yeah, please enjoy Eugenia Cooney and YouTube's big fucking problem. Oh, and slight content warning, because I was very angry 3 years ago.
YouTube has a problem. A growing sickness. Similar to a disease or a cancer, it's spreading, starting to affect every cell and organ, no matter how big or small they may be. This illness has been noticed. I think YouTube themselves as a company are probably quite aware of it, but yet they do nothing to cure the problem. So what the actual fuck am I talking about? The moral direction of YouTube is fucked. The company has lost its moral compass and paints a facade of care and acts measures of appeasement to hide the truth. YouTube is sick, it's evil, and it's heading down a scary, dangerous, and ultimately life-threatening spiral. The issues I'm talking about today are manifold and inspired by a series of upsetting events that some may find incredibly disturbing. I myself am personally affected by some of the things I discuss today, so please keep in mind that while some things I say might come across as callous or cruel, I speak with a great amount of empathy, sympathy, and understanding. Bitterness, misery, and cruelty are a part of the human experience and a fundamental core to a societal sense of humour, and thus not untruthful negatives. Exploitation of human life, making money from people dying, these things are evil. Censorship, imposing upon people's freedom of speech, these things are truly evil. Criticism, humour, piss-taking, and swearing, well, hopefully by the end of this discussion you'll agree with me that these aren't even issues worth thinking about and should just be an accepted part of life. So what spurred on these thoughts? As a new YouTuber, just starting to make videos and hoping that one of them might take off, I've spent a lot of time considering the sort of content I would like to make, how I want to present myself to the world, and the image I want to portray. To the 10 of you that regularly watch my videos, you'll know that one of the struggles I've had is swearing. I like swearing. It's a fact. A good fuck can really accentuate an impassioned speech. Calling someone a cunt just feels so empowering and good, especially with a shitty Irish accent, yowie cunt. But I know that if you swear, your chances of getting monetized are significantly decreased. Hell, PewDiePie would swear if he could, but he had to make his channel a good Christian channel for the 9-year-olds so he could keep making money. So I fiddled around with censoring myself in some videos and tried to hold back with the curses, and then the thought struck me. This is bollocks. Worry about this if you actually get more than 100 subs, you arrogant little fuck. But the thought still played on my mind. And then one day, I was watching the Anime Man. Awesome YouTuber, lovely chill videos, solid opinions, and great edits. Not that he needs plugging, he's literally the biggest anime reviewer on YouTube. I was enjoying his videos when I noticed something. He swears like a drill sergeant trying to make new recruits shit themselves. Fucks this, fuck that, or fucking hell mate. He never stops. And he has 3 full ads or more on every single video. Not just for the first hour of the video's life, but the entire video's lifespan. What the fuck? Maybe it's that the YouTube algorithm can't understand his Australian accent, and maybe we should all just start swearing in Aussie to avoid detection, but somehow I don't feel like it's that, considering how many views his content receives. Truly, I don't have a clue, but it raises an interesting point about YouTube's ethics and morals regarding swearing, and what is and isn't allowed. Fair enough, advertisers should be allowed to determine what they do and don't want their ads displayed on. But in that case, transparency and consistency are required across the board to make content creators feel both safe and respected. Swears in one country aren't swears in another. Symbols, images, words and phrases, all sorts of things will and won't offend all sorts of people. So who is deciding what is acceptable, and where is the transparency regarding it? The fact that trigger words will reduce the odds of your video showing up. I can't say racism, anorexia or suicide. A larger YouTuber wishing to maintain his career cannot even think about saying those words. How are they even meant to talk about them in a healthy light? How are we meant to have healthy discussions when words like this are being censored by a fucking company? It's a phenomenal service and privilege they provide with their platform, but the way they treat their customers now that they have such a powerful monopoly is fucking abhorrent. The big problem. The big problem with all of this is that YouTube has turned itself into a platform of hypocrisy. A platform where saying certain words can end your career and ruin your life, but a dying, sick, and mentally unstable girl is allowed to upload body checks and an effective diary of her suicide and abuse through neglect at the hands of her parents. And they allow this content because it makes them money. Eugenia Cooney is dying. It's not a funny joke, not an LOL moment. This is a statement of fact. Her heart is failing to pump enough oxygen to her legs to maintain a healthy colour in her skin. Her blood is pooling in what little space her veins have left. Those are barely visible despite how thin she is because of how small they are now. She is dying. It's probably a matter of months now without an urgent medical intervention. Sadly, I doubt that's going to happen, as it's pretty apparent that her obese, disgusting troll of a mother is living vicariously through her dying daughter. And the girl herself is too unwell to fully understand what she's doing. All of this has been talked about now thanks to the PewDiePie effect, and I can't really be asked. It's fucking sad to see. But whilst it's easy to blame her mum, and partially right, her so-called fans also blame her friends and society and all sorts, whilst turning a blind eye to themselves and her true benefactors. They themselves, in comments I've read and angrily responded to on other YouTubers' videos, profess to having followed this distressing change for years. They love her and have begged her to get help, and they're always telling her how worried for her they are. And then they claim that she'll disappear off YouTube for a few weeks because of how upset over these comments Eugenia gets. And when she returns, she's always even thinner. So then they beg her to look after herself, they tell her to get help, they blame her friends, and the cycle fucking repeats. Her so-called fans are one of the most disgusting, immature, irresponsible and pathetic group of children I've ever had the misfortune of interacting with. And that's not mentioning the adult perverts that fetishize the way she looks. You sick little fucks deserve no better than the end of a cricket bat. Children, listen closely. You are part of the fucking problem. Sit down, shut the fuck up, and pay attention. The best thing any of us can do, in fact the only help we can be of, is to go on just one of her videos and flag it as inappropriate content for being self-harm or abuse. Because sadly, that's all she uploads. Videos documenting her self-harm and abuse. Stop sending her support, stop insulting her and belittling her, stop sharing your concerns, and do a bit of fucking research. Learn about the symptoms of anorexia nervosa, you squalid little babies. When you hate on her, her illness will get worse. You validate her illness. But equally, when you send her these false platitudes, you also reinforce the disease, and all you succeed in doing is making her worse, because again, you validate the fact that she is small enough to worry about, and that only encourages the sickness in her mind to progress. If you talk in any way about her image or mental health to her, all you will do, all you can possibly do, is make her worse. So for fuck's sake, have some fucking humanity, have some compassion, do the right thing and stop. No more comments, no more views. She needs to get off of YouTube and into a hospital, so just stop. And to the companies sponsoring her, sending her clothes and products so that she can advertise your brand, you are the empty, soulless, shriveled up darkness of the world. Your hubris, your desire for money, your total lack of concern or care is what will ruin not just this platform, but one day our world. You fucking corporate leeches that attach yourselves to anyone and anything bigger, more creative and purer than yourselves, so that you can help them. What a load of fucking bollocks. The fact that you want your company image to be represented by her says so much about you and what she does. And when she does inevitably die, you'll share your condolences on Twitter, grieve with her moronic fans, and then find another weak, vulnerable, dying girl to fuck over for your own profit. You want to sell your product, advertise your fucking brand to dying, unwell anorexic girls? How fucked up in the head can you possibly be? You sicken me. But there is still a greater problem than you. And this problem affects all of us. And that is the scum-laden, spineless corporate monster that is YouTube, the dredges of human filth that continue to monetize her videos and make a fucking profits from her. These so-called people, not that they deserve such a noble title, these fucking worms that think a dying girl uploading videos that promote what is akin to self-harm is a great source of income. What fucking trash could honestly look at her content and think, yeah, that's something that deserves our support and our backing, and not just immediately think, no, this needs to be flagged. This could seriously damage other young girls suffering with similar problems. Every anorexic that's tried to convince themselves that their illnesses are positive, that they can get thinner, it is possible to be skinnier without dying and look good. You are providing them a platform and making money off of them. And PewDiePie can't say fuck. The problem is, this is one, but there will be more. So thank you for this platform, YouTube. It enriches our lives and lets us share wondrous things, but go fuck yourselves. When this girl dies, I hope every single one of you feels the weight of her death on your shoulders. I hope you can't sleep at night, that when you do, your dreams are haunted with images of her dying face, stick-thin bones, and the weak, pathetic smile she had whilst alive, because you disgusting cunts, supported her self-harm and eventual suicide. I hope every one of you spends the rest of your lives thinking about this, and every other life that you will end up taking. Bear some fucking responsibility.